It's like the illest posse cut right here, man. Sean Watts on the track. Zeus, Don One, Rude Boy, Quill, The Gift, and yours truly, Fred Nuts. I'm 1 in a million with $1 million flow. Fred DiBiase got the power in it though. If it's a problem, let me know, or I suggest you let it go. Cause it ain't worth the problems that'll be knocking at your door, homie. Please don't make me hurt you. Disrespect the boss, ain't treated like Virgil. Cause when I write raps, it's beyond your price tag. He's a waste of man.
And welcome back to Around the Bloxxx Wrestling Show. I am one of your hosts, the head of the table, baby. That's right, Hangman Mike Knox. And indeed, I spelled my name with 3 X's because I'm going to WrestleMania. I might be going to Royal Rumble. And tonight, I'm going to score. Or you. And as always, I got my right-hand man. Yo, Oos! Man, just tell him who you is.
You know who it be. It's your boy, the almighty of the almightiest. Ooh, almighty of the almightiest. Yeah. The almighty Dice Man, a.k.a. Mr. Z is Silent, a.k.a. Big Champ in the chat, a.k.a. Mr. Everything Plus One, a.k.a. Yo mama's favorite daddy.
See,
that's my new shit. Everything Plus One.
Every time you say about somebody's mama, I go, damn, that might be my son you out there talking about. But I don't want to say that because I want my wife to be like, I told you better have no more kids out there. But listen, guys, we have a plethora of wrestling conversation today, and I can't wait to get talking about it because not only, Dice Man, is the Royal Rumble this Saturday, not Sunday, this Saturday night. WWE 2K Games is almost on its way out, yo. And they doing the reveal tonight. They already got Almighty, as you mentioned him, Almighty Bobby Lashley at 91. Sir. You know what I mean?
Cool
but
with that.
It made us start thinking about what's some of your favorite wrestling games of all time. So we're going to give you our top 10 wrestling games of all time, right? Not to mention, we're going to cover all this stuff with Leo Rush. We're going to cover all this stuff about Gunther, a.k.a. Walter. And listen to me. I'm going to say this because he's a friend of the program, and I can say this. So I'm talking to you, Dave LaGreca of Busted Open Radio. His fucking name is Gunther, okay? And I got a pizza. I had to go talk to the Belt Emperor himself, okay? And my kicks is my fix on the Twitter and Instagram. Nephew Corey, y'all know him from Wrestling Marks of Excellence. He said, Mike,
we need him to come back on the show as well. We need him to make an appearance on the show as well. It's been a while.
So
it's been a while though.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
It has been around. It has been around. But he said, Mike, his thing was, it'd been one thing if it went to the main roster as Gunther. It made sense to me this way, so I share it. He said, but he went from NXT to NXT as changing the name. Okay, I'll let that slide. But we're gonna talk about that and dim some dice. But the news of the week was the sobriety check that came back healthy as can be and the return of my guy. Because, you know, I've been saying it for a while when everybody laughed at me, even with the ketchup and mustard matches. I was still cheering for my guy, the first defector, the way Jericho was back in the WCW days, to WWF, Johnny Moxley's return to AEW. And listen, I tell you something that was funny to me when that man said, yo, get him the fuck out of here. I don't know what that fan said, okay? I should have asked Nephew Core was there and Mo Eaton was there. It must, plenty of people. The whole DMV, shout out to the whole DMV Facebook group that I know is all over there. What he said, but the return of John Moxley, a lot of things took place, and you was something you came up with. Is it too soon to talk about him versus my guy, my other guy, Dean Ambrose? Nah, thought y'all had me, didn't y'all? Brian Danielson. Your thoughts on that, Dice?
So I just looked it up because I did see what was said to him, and it was something about along the lines of him being called a drunk, if I read that right. Yeah, so that was pretty a pretty shitty move. But as far as him and Danielson, I think it's a little bit too soon. Maybe this is just a slow burn, first of many encounters and teasing What's the next big AEW show? That's pretty soon, right?
I don't know. King Vaughn Jr. 720 on the Twitter.
I think that's pretty. I think
the next big one is in March. Right?
Is that the bash? Is that the fake bash at the beach?
He's backstage. You pointing at shit, and I don't know the fuck you saying. You see him backstage, right? It's like this. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. Put in the goddamn chat. AEW just whole show. They just had a show. I know that one. But anywho, the next big show. But listen, I don't care if it's the next big show. I don't care if it's on Friday Night Rampage. It's never too soon to bring me Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. It just isn't. Like, because DB has been back. Moxley has been there. Neither one of them right now, although Daniel Bryan should be back in the title picture, but maybe not. He lost fair and square. On to the next one. What else could there be? I'm cool with these guys going right at each other like this. I'm all here for it. These are two of my favorite guys. Comment below. Let us know in the chat. So I don't know about you. I like that, Dice. And I'm going to get to your comments in a second.
I just think it's a little bit too soon. Maybe let's get Mox some victories under his belt a little bit. Not to say that he doesn't need them, but like get the ring rust off. We all know
champion.
We know that Bryan Danielson can go. We know he can go.
You had to pay. You just had a taste of the Mike Knoxes.
I did. I was like, don't say it. Damn, I said it.
You said it.
But we know he can go. And we know that Mox can go, but Mox ain't been in the ring for like what, 6 months or some shit like that?
Ain't been that damn
3
long.
months. 3 months. He still got ring rust. Point blank.
This ain't Klay Thompson coming back from an ACL knee and an Achilles. Kobe can shoot free throws with a broken Achilles. This man can't come back and wrestle out of a paper bag. Come on now.
I'm just saying. I like for my rivalries to have a little bit of time underneath them, not just I see you, I talk some shit, and now all of a sudden we're about to go at it. Like I just want a little bit more time under that.
Now all. I was here for Punk versus what's the Brooklyn Bull? Help me out. Kingston.
Eddie Kingston.
Right? And look how fast that came and went. And I thought it was some of the hottest shit that was there. So you don't want no bullshit ass built like that, do you? Because I thought that was ass.
No, I don't. No, I'm good on that.
So how long does a build have to last?
I think on what you got, a nice Chablis in that cup?
No, my wife want to drink this red shit. Shit. Even though I can't pronounce names, goddamn it. You're gonna call me out on fucking radio. A Cabernet. There it is. Fuck it. Nice little fucking cab. Nice little cab. Fuck it.
A cabaret.
Yeah, I don't say cabaret though. God damn it. It says all right, damn it, it says cabaret.
Boy, I usually like for a nice rivalry to go to be built up over, I say like a month and a half, 2 months is good for me.
Well, I think they're gonna touch right away.
I can get, I think you can get enough out of somebody, out of me as a fan emotionally to get invested in it and to pick a side, as opposed to I just want to see a good match. Now I feel like I enjoy matches more when I'm emotionally invested in one side or the other, but I don't necessarily like either one of these guys.
So that's your fucking problem. Always being different fucking respectful. Now you got me cussing. Fuck you and fuck Dave Meltzer. How about that? Hey, Dave Meltzer, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. And I will say you too for not liking Daniel Bryan and Johnny Moxley. I'm just saying that's
I personally pick Mox. I personally pick Mox over.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
man. Where's my damn audio clip? Where's my damn audio clip?
Get the fuck out my face with that shit.
Come on now, man. You gonna tell me you like Moxley over Daniel Bryan?
I do.
That's fine. It's your opinion. And you're entitled to them, albeit auspiciously as stupid as it sounds. It's yours. Okay.
Now, on the subject of Mox, did how far out of line was Bully Ray?
Was what? I'm sorry.
How far out of line was Bully Ray? I'm not completely.
Tell him what he said. I heard, me when it comes to this stuff, and I hear the stuff. And
it was a lot that he said on Busted Open Radio.
Right.
But
I know. White spoke up and said something.
In the gist of it, he was basically saying that Moxley should apologize to the fans, in which I see it from that perspective. Only reason why is this, right? How many times have you seen a wrestler be scheduled for a live event, and you go to this live event, you go to these live events, you take your kids to these live events, they thinking they're about to see their favorite star.
That's their problem. That's their problem.
And then it comes out that something happened.
That's
They're
their
not
fault.
coming. Da da da.
Ticket,
Right.
every ticket
So as
says
it's subject to change. I get it. But at the same time, as a entertainer, you have a true to entertain these fans that pay their hard-earned money to see you. Right. So now you it's kind of irresponsible to let yourself get that way. But I understand sometimes these things happen. So in that retrospect, I say that Bully Ray was right. I don't think his approach to his statement was correct, and that's the disconnect between his point and what
the approach and what he said.
Yeah,
okay,
the approach was wrong.
Here's why.
But as an entertainer, he has an obligation that he needs to fulfill to satisfy his fans. You can't ask these fans to support you, and then when you step away, it's like you come back and it's like, oh, I was out, I was drunk, I had a problem, yada yada yada, but I'm back. He should have thanked them for their support, because we've seen it a lot on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. He should have thanked them and apologized for the fact that he had to do that, because they didn't get to see their favorite wrestler on TV. They didn't get to see him in the crowd while they were in the crowd. Like, they didn't get to see him.
In the words of the great Brennan,
you sit down and you write Dale and Brennan a check for $10,000. Or we're going to shove one of those fake hearing devices so far up your ass, you can hear the sound of your small intestine as it produces shit.
That's how I feel about Bully Ray's statement, because it's like the kettle calling the cat black, whatever that shit statement is, because he once had a sobriety problem. He once had issues. Everybody has issues. In this world of Me Too and forgiveness, and I'm always quick to say fuck all this and fuck that. I don't think, and especially, and I'm gonna focus more or less on the wrestling community, who's always like rah-rahing for someone. I think, why would he have to apologize when we knew he had an issue? Okay, this is like,
I thought the issue was kind of sudden.
It came out of, the thing is this: when someone has an issue,
Kingston was throwing them back with him.
Right, but when something like this comes out, what's that saying? The first step to admitting you have a problem is just admitting you have a problem. And so I can't knock him from that. He's done more with admitting he had a problem and going to rehab for that little small period of time he's gone and coming back than, let's say, Jimmy Uso. Right? Jimmy still goes out and gets wasted. And you know how I feel about the Usos. It's the bloodline. We the ones. But that man lives in Tampa. There's nothing but Ubers and lifts all over the place. You got a wife and a brother down the street. You got friends down the street, but you're still driving drunk and DUIing?
Half the damn WWE rosters in fucking Florida.
That's again my point. Like, so I give Johnny Moxley kudos for recognizing as a problem, because guess what can be worse? You could be drunk and be in a ring and hurt somebody and hurt yourself. Let's get to these. I like how get these comments. What's going on, Dennis? Good to you too. Well, shiny belt man, and that pisses me off every time I see that, because I don't ever wear my belts on TV. Christopher Harris with the what I do wrong this time. It is WrestleMania season is upon us. I did something crazy. That's probably why it said whoa, but my body's like whoa or whatever that shit
God.
is. But wait, Royal Rumble is Saturday night. Yes, Royal Rumble is Saturday, Dennis.
We thought it was Sunday as well.
Yeah, well, that's why I had to fix the description.
DC, what's up, my guy?
That's my guy as well. Hope I see you at Mania. Been talking to him about trying to get him down there. On his belt does say champion. Okay. Yeah. And he has. Let me see that belt again, Dice, because there's a different one out. I'm not sure which one he got when he got this one.
The version.
Sure, he got I remember, and I'm not putting your business out there because we talked about you got it off of the clearance, but it's on sale. So I don't.
Hell yeah, like
right.
$250.
That's not that right. So
$229.
That's still different than mine. But yeah, it does say champion.
You got the first version.
I got the very first piece of that shit.
This is actually one of my favorite belts.
Yeah. John Moxley was starting to look like Arn Anderson before he left. He looked like Arn Anderson when he came back. Also, WWE is pushing the return of Ronda Rousey, possibly a Royal Rumble. But okay, reports. Here's my thing about that, George. I'm gonna tell you why I'm pissed about you saying that, George. Fuck Fightful, because I said this shit first right here on Unpopular Reviews. Wrestling shows across the platform all last week. I have said this. Me. Not Fightful. Me. Where's my flowers? What if I croak right now? If you don't see me next week, you owe me an apology. That's all I'm saying. Revolutions in March. Facebook user, I don't know who that is. Wednesday, he wrestled Friday. Johnny Moxley was out since November 3rd. Okay.
Seems like it was longer than that. God damn.
Mike, you were right for the first time. For the first time, brother. You don't listen to this show enough. Okay. Or Mike Knox enough. Okay. So there, ergo, forgo, you were wrong, just like Bully Ray was out of line. Okay. Dice is bugging. Okay. Bully said Moxley to the pod. We already put that up. And what did he say? An ECW guy telling his yeah. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? I'm with you on that one. And all I can do is preach, because I had a dream that one day when y'all made fun of me for cutting school to have a wrestling match for a belt, that I wouldn't make it. But I made it, my brothers, over to Fox Sports. I made it to Unpopular Review. I made it to your living rooms. I made it a belt that had gold aluminum foil on it.
What is going on here? What is going on?
He said preach. So
that was. Oh God!
Listen, I didn't ask you to pass a collection plate. I didn't ask you to go out here and buy fish dinners. I asked you to like, subscribe, follow, and comment below. Let us know. That's
they still don't do it. They still don't do it. It's the sad part. I got people from my own state still don't do it.
Still don't do it. Now, I will say this though. Moving on, and we both was on the SmackDown review for this past week. So I don't like sounding redundant on shows and things like that as we do that. So make sure you check us again this Friday on Popular Reviews, SmackDown review. Try to keep it. Listen, I didn't think SmackDown was that good last week, so we went all over the fucking place. Me, you, and Bad Guy Jack. We just did. Okay,
still made a show out of it.
Still made a show out of it. I thought Dynamite, was great. I thought it was really good. The return of Moxley, them in DC. And I say this about the AEW fans, all right? And I'm one of them, but I'm not, and I know people say, well, you're a fan, you're into that. Nah, I'm a wrestling fan, and I watch everything. You guys either watch something or don't watch the other one and shit on the other one for not watching this one or you liking this one, right? AEW is very smart at where they go to have big crowds. Because when they were in Carolina a couple weeks ago, me and Chris, the executive consultant talked about this off the air a couple weeks ago. Carolina didn't have nobody in that crowd. But DC, New York, Chicago, they're going to stay full there. That's their crowds. Those really big Philadelphia, that's their big wrestling crowds. But the question is, can you go to Omaha, Nebraska and sell out? Can you go to Memphis, Tennessee and sell out? Can you go to Des Moines, Iowa and sell out? That's when you're the next level of a wrestling company. But I tell you something about Dynamite last week. Watching it, I am wondering what the fuck is going on with Adam Cole. Adam Cole went from being one of the biggest stars in NXT, right? One of the brightest stars that wrestling fans really want to see move up to the next level that Vince fucked over, okay? And now he's over here in AEW. As again, not my words, this is Nietzsche's. You go from being a leader of the Undisputed Era to getting kissed on the cheek by men to now having a spot with your girlfriend who had the weakest fucking bump that I've seen since Mae Young went through a table in 25 years. I said I missed 20 and 30, but y'all get my point. It's been a long time. Okay. Your take on where Adam Cole is has done since he's been in AEW, Dice.
Listen, he's just doing right now, he's doing the hot thing. And the hot thing, whether you like it or not, is tagging with your loved one. It's tagging with your loved one. You get to share a program with your loved one. Who wouldn't want to do that? If you are a wrestler and you got a chance to walk to the ring with a mirror, you want me to tell me you're not going to do it? You sit here on this goddamn show, you can lie. You can lie, but I know that you lying, and that's the problem. The problem.
No, listen, every year I get a chance to go to WrestleMania, right? I took my family a couple times. It was cool. I've gone without my family. It's way better when I'm with the boys.
Listen, Adam Cole is having take your girl to work day.
Boys.
He's having take your girl to work day.
Well, his girl brought her a band to work day because she talked his dumbass to come in there. Because in my opinion, he's a dumbass for leaving NXT WWE and not taking that money to come over here. Now, I get the fact there's a better pond for him to swim in because we all know what Vince is about little guys. Sorry, may he rest in peace to my guy, Prince DeVitt, who's up here losing to everybody and anybody right now. Demon who? The Demon died when the Demon had that damn thing happen to the ropes against Roman Reigns at Extreme Rule. What Demon? Okay, so that part of the game, I don't blame him. But damn, you went from being a fish in a pond that people want to see grow to a fish in a pond that we won't even see swim? Just saying. Shayna writes in, Bully Ray was dead wrong for what he said. You better like, well, I don't know what that means, but thank you. We talked about wrestling games. Yes, we did. And we're gonna talk about them again today. I hope they pushed Hook to the moon. Oh, please don't start me with that bullshit. I seen some today. Shout out to Nico Extra on Twitter. King Von Jr., if you can tweet, I retweeted it, and it had this list of the wrestlers in that company, right? And talking about a diversity issue, because Leo Rush is gone already. Leo Rush, all this hype about Leo Rush and this whole diversity thing. Oh, poor Leo. Leo's gone. You love him. That's your guy, guys. I stopped liking him since he bitch ass quit the fucking challenge. Okay? But that's your guy. And yes, I go for all black wrestlers despite how dumb they are. Okay? But Hook, here's the thing with Hook. Hey, people say, well, oh, he has a look. Oh, he has a size. He looks like somebody I smacked around and took his lunch money from. Word to my mother. Oh, that's Johnny Moxley. That's not Hook. he looks like, I'm being honest. Like, there it is. That's the same one I had. Look at that. Look at this horrible list. Look at the diversity of this list. Powerhouse Hobbs, who I wasn't high on, Dice. You turned me on to the guy, pause, right? Look at this list. Look at the diversity outside of Jay Cardell, who's not up here because I didn't put this together. Somebody else did. Okay, just so you know. Okay.
Yeah, Sonny Kiss up there.
But you gonna sit there and tell me Hook can be 4-0 because who his daddy is? I get it. It's that's Taz's son. I get it. Come on, take that off the screen now.
The clear-cut star of that list is my guy Ricky Starks. He's ready.
If you say so.
Ready.
I think Hobbs.
Hobbs, he can't talk.
Okay,
he said he got a box of nickels in his mouth.
Say Starks can't wrestle. That's a lie. Starks to me actually looks like, I don't know. I know y'all. I'm a little old, but these memes go around. He's like the Wayfair version, or what they called, of The Rock. There's like The Rock, and then there's like the one you get in the mail, and that's your boy. That's your boy Starks.
Hold up. Now,
he wants to be The Rock so bad. Hold up.
Let's not act like The Rock came out and he was just. Nah, your boy was kind of ass for a minute.
No, I'm not talking about him.
He was. That's why he was getting the Rocky die chance.
You're right. I'm not talking about him as a star. But Rocky originally, even with the stupid tassels on and the stupid smile and the Jerry curl pump, had a size to him. He had to come out in that crowd trying to make people smile at you. You got to have some balls. And I thought he worked it very well. Speaking of balls, okay.
Why does he have to be another Rock? Why he can't be the first Ricky Starks? That's the problem. We got to stop comparing people to other people. That's disrespectful. You want me to call you? Okay. You want me to call you the low budget Stephen A. Smith?
Well, I have been called the pro wrestling Stephen A. Smith by wrestling greats Rikishi and Bret the Hitman Hart. So go ahead. I don't care.
That's Uncle Keish, though.
Okay.
Of course. He's gonna.
So call me the wrestling version of Stephen A. Smith. Hell, I'll say one of my theme songs. I'm okay.
Well, God damn it, I'll be the wrestling version of Skip.
Well, guess what? You ain't white, and you don't wear Jordans. You wear Puma, so you can't be Skip.
I'll be Skip because I want everybody to hate me. I don't give a shit.
But I look at that and I go, Hook. I mean, and I want to like the guy. Don't get me twisted. It ain't that I don't want to like him. What I say, I actually do like, to be frankly honest. But this whirlwind of fans are just, oh, Hook. What is he? I'm being honest with you guys. He's like, what, 5'2"?
That boy, like, he should have been on New Kids on the Block.
Definitely should be in New Kids on the Block. Matter of fact, that's disrespectful. New Kids on the Block. He should be in O-Town.
LFO or some shit.
No, FMLO. There it is. Right there, laughing my ass off when I see Hook fans tell me that Hook's a next big star. And I look at AEW and go, Powerhouse Hobbs. You're, like you said, Ricky Starks. Put that list back up again for me, please. I didn't even like the boy Martin. Right?
Dante
Martin at first. But he's drawn on me.
I can't.
It's just AEW. I just can't with you sometimes with y'all list of people who y'all choose to put out there in front of me and tell me that this guy's going to be a champion. He needs to hit the gym. He needs to hit more than the gym. He needs to hit a growth spurt. How about puberty? He needs to hit puberty. Okay, I bet he's a virgin. Okay, that's a lie because he's like wrestling groupies or fuck anybody. So he's probably getting some ass. So them boys, the Briscoes lost it. See, I was gonna bring that up because I went to watch that thing today, Victor. I went and watched this world of GCW. And people told me the best match of the night. You ready for this shit? They said the best match of the night was that man, Wwe. Yeah, he still sucks, bro, to me. Okay? Come on. Like, okay, the best part of the whole night was X-Pac coming out to the King of Rock. Who? The King of Rock. What? That was the best part of the whole
that's
show.
my favorite shit. I will listen to that bitch for 15 minutes on YouTube.
All day, son. All day,
All
son.
fucking day, son.
All day, son.
All day, son.
What did it say? I give you that.
You know,
Facts. Facts. But we all know King Von's like his boy Mike Knox, pro-black. It's okay. Issa Rae. Who you voting? Who you going for at the Oscars tonight? Everybody black. Okay? That will be my motto forever. Okay. However, that's a true statement. Can't say that statement ain't true. You tell me you taking Adam Cole and Britt Baker over Bianca Belair and Montez Ford?
We had this discussion like 2 weeks ago. I said Bianca and Montez, that's a beautiful fucking couple. Mm-hmm. I'm not against.
They definitely have great couple sex.
I am a heterosexual male, and I am comfortable in saying that man Montez is an attractive black man. Like,
if you was not my executive producer, Vaughn, I'd kick you off my show.
He's got money written all over him. He's got money written all over him. So, yeah, Adam Cole does not have money written all over him.
Well, I'm glad you didn't mention the Finn Balor match on your podcast. Okay, the Victorious podcast y'all can catch on your speaker and everywhere else you sell stuff at. And that's a cheap pop, but it's not, because he been with my show for about 6 years now, and I will plug him any day I can. Okay, if you're reading this, take a shot.
I already took one. I've been taking them.
I only got a shot of wine right now. I ain't got no liquor.
I got liquor, but you know what? Where's that though? All right, there we go. His
birthday party was bloody. She did. She said, "I'm with you, Charmaine."
Will be bloody.
Who's Hook? Well, he's Taz, his son. Okay, that's who Hook is. So Lashley and Lesnar have to weigh in tonight. Listen, I'm cool with that. Listen, when it comes to pro wrestling, let me rephrase that. When it comes to WWE, I don't mind. I think fans forget the entertainment of it because sometimes we get too much of a show and not wrestling, which can be draining at times. But we're looking at two of the biggest, baddest motherfuckers in the WWE, and with Brock Lesnar, one of the most entertaining people in WWE. Paul Heyman's involved, MVP's involved. This isn't the first weigh-in we've seen from WWE. Okay, we go back to the days of friend of the program again, Ken Shamrock versus, when he rest in peace, Owen Hart, and their Lions Den match. They had the same kind of thing. Big Show and Money Made did the same kind of thing. It happens. I'm cool with it. Big Paul's in the chat. What I say correctly? Not sold on Hook. What the fuck? Is that me? You what the fucking DC? Or is that you what the fucking Hook? Just comment below. Let me know. Which version? There it is. Thank you. Ricky is Wish Rock. See, I said the same thing. Okay. But it's unfair to compare him. Be fair. But I like Starks. But, you know, it's not our fault, Dyson, we compare him to The Rock because he looks like The Rock. You know what I'm saying? He's channeling his inner Rock. So you can't help but compare. You know what I mean? That's his fault.
While we're on the next topic, well, actually, I just kind of segue to that. The best thing for me
wasn't wrong. Charmaine agrees with you. See there? Look at that. You finally got Charmaine to agree with you. Okay.
Best thing for me, AEW.
Hold on. I know you ain't talking about. Put my goddamn face on the screen, please.
The wish pipe bomb from Cody Rhodes. The wish pipe bomb. That's what y'all will talk about. Y'all will talk about wish. That's the wish pipe bomb. Was it not? Was it not?
Listen.
It was the best thing. It was the best thing on that show, but it was still a wish pipe bomb. It was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
You don't even like CM Punk. So how you gonna sit there and say you gonna compare him to a wish? Because I called. Yes, I said that. How many CM Punk shirts you got?
I don't like CM
Punk. You said on this show and multiple shows on this network for weeks now, you're over Punk already.
I said I'm over Punk, but that don't mean I don't like the man. I'm just over this shit that he's going through. Like, this is corny. He's facing nobody that I want him to see.
And no offense,
that's all I'm
it's called the Victorious Ones podcast, and the ones ain't been on there yet. Just saying.
We the ones, Oos. We the ones.
They decided to do something instead of a normal contract. And I'm okay with that on Raw tonight, having something different than a normal contract signing. 100% on board with that.
It's foreshadowing into their MMA background, in which Bobby Lashley has a better record, but he wasn't in a better promotion.
Listen, now, I've been saying this off air and on air, but, publicly with you and me, with me and myself, I've said this for a while, and I'm a Brock Lesnar guy. If he was not Brock Lesnar, he wouldn't have got a title shot in UFC that fast.
Oh, hell no.
He wouldn't have. It was because, and that's what gets me mad about UFC fans and MMA fans. You want to hate wrestling fans, but our guys made you who you are. You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar made UFC. Like, I love, my favorites are Johnny Bones Jones, Anderson Silva, and George St. Spartacus Pierre. They couldn't push the needle. Brock Lesnar pushed that needle to make you watch John Jones. Okay.
But hold on. But the thing is, the reason why those guys that you just named push UFC is because they have personality. And let's not forget guys like Tito Ortiz. What the fuck is
nobody was
Liddell?
watching that then. Nobody was watching UFC.
But you still knew who these guys were just by hearsay. And
it was like a mixed dude with blonde hair. It was kind of different.
But once you looked into it, you saw that these guys had personalities. This shit was damn near WWF. It was. You had Rashad and Rampage. Those two guys over the top is all hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain guys were able to kind of push that to
Hold
that.
on, Dice, my chair, I broke it. Can you do that? Can you do the pushback thing for me, please? Can you do the? Thank you. What? But Dennis hates CM Punk anyway, so it's okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, y'all. If y'all out there, UPRE and Anime is Us, the YouTube page. My kids, they like, Dad, you sit in that damn room all the time. Can we do something? Okay, what you like? We like anime. We'll have an anime show. So with the people here, UPRE and myself, we gave them their own show. They're talking anime. It's not my thing. It's their thing. So don't ask me about it, anime, because I don't know shit about it. Okay? But they love it. Check out episode 4 this week. They're going to be doing finally in the season 2 of Demon Slayer, episodes 1 through 8. They're going to focus on this week. But let's kick on to the rest of the show, Dice. And the Royal Rumble
completely skipped over my goddamn Cody Rhodes bit. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to Cody.
I just want to know your thoughts because that's your guy. And,
my thoughts were I chose not to comment on your comment of the Wish version of the pipe bomb. That was the take. That was my take. Okay. Remember how I used to feel about Derrick Rose? You couldn't tell me, like, you can't tell me nothing about, like, if there's a Jordan conversation, am I on deaf ears?
Yeah.
If there's a Cody Rhodes conversation,
we all know who that Kang is. LeBron James, the Kang.
I'm sorry, what? The who? Yeah, he the Kang, but he ain't the GOAT. He's definitely the king, but he ain't the GOAT. He ain't no Mamba either. Okay.
On to the Rumble.
Hold on. When did say I have zero interest? Hold on, I missed that. I messed it up. I have zero interest in UFC now. I prefer boxing. Hey, Todd, I thank you for your comment. I've always preferred boxing over MMA. However, I like sports in general. I'm watching MMA. I'm watching boxing. That's just me. As long as that shit ain't cricket and golf, I'm fucking with it. I watch hockey. Okay? I don't care. I watch anything because I like good action. And UFC is not what it used to be at all. Okay, those guys I named, they're not there no more. Okay, but Brock Lesnar by far, Brock Lesnar and Conor McGregor, who will be in wrestling soon enough. Mark my words, in the next 2 years, Conor McGregor will be in WWE. Okay, they have the biggest numbers in the history of the company, right? Of UFC right now. Your shirt right now, Charmaine says she likes your shirt, loves your shirt. I'm sorry, women's UFC is top tier. It has been. Well, let's get this right. Your girl, Misha Cupcake Tate, Gina Carano, and Ronda Rousey, they were just before their time, before women's MMA really got to that forefront. So people always make fun of Ronda, and I always go, listen, I made fun of Ronda, okay? But we had to respect Ronda Rousey. She was beating girls' ass in an Instagram. Okay,
I can't like that, and that's what's wrong with this social media era, because the memes will chastise and make fun of somebody for failing, but we wouldn't attempt half of the shit that we have going on in our mind, our thoughts, our ideas, whatever. That's my problem with when people lose fights. The first thing that you see on Twitter, they got knocked the fuck out. Whereas you get in the ring, motherfucker.
It's the first thing someone says.
That's the first thing, but nobody ever gives them kudos for the heart that they had to chase a dream, to do a passion, something that they love. That's the issue. But when Ronda was knocking them bitches out, we wasn't making too much fun. We weren't making too much fun of those women. But when Ronda got knocked the fuck out,
I was laughing. Just like
everybody was fucking laughing.
Sure was.
Everybody was laughing.
Took a fucking toenail to the face. And you know what I'm talking about. We playing UFC yesterday. Toenail right to the face. Okay, she took her ass whooping and got back up and never came back. Okay, and that's good. Okay, she knew her match. But no, to Todd's point, I'm always gonna love boxing. To me, boxing is the sweet science. I'm always gonna put it first. I had to put Vaughn's private comment up there live because I thought it was funny. He said Adam Cole's AEW's equivalent of Patrick Ewing when he was with the Orlando match.
Don't disrespect Big Haitian like that.
But when Big Haitian went to the magic, he was ass.
He was big ass in the chat.
He was more big ass with the magic than Mike was with the Wizards. Facts. Mike still dropped 55 in a guide with the Wizards. Just saying. What's her stats? Ronda Rousey stats, you mean? I have to have Vaughn check that for me, but I think Ronda Rousey only lost one match. Two. She lost to Holly Holmes twice.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so no, she lost to Holly Holmes and she lost to what's the bad bitch?
Nunes.
Nunes.
Did she face Nunes?
She remember because Nunes beat all of them. Nunes beat her.
Oh yeah.
She beat Holly Holmes, Ronda Rousey, and Cyborg.
Yeah.
she came through whooping ass. All right, I want to get my man's comments back up in here real fast. DC's comments. Back to Tony Khan, my black friends list. Why do you think they have losing records? They do not have some of the diversity, but not when it comes to being featured or pushed. Where is the diversity? That is the diversity. Because if it's WWE and they're not winning, you guys complain about it. Why not pushing these guys? How come they're not winning matches? Them being shown on TV.
Suck.
But not winning matches shouldn't matter. I'm not so your guy.
We cannot reward.
Hold on, Stark sucks to you? You just said they suck.
No. Starks is dealing with a neck issue.
Okay,
that's why we haven't seen him in the ring.
Okay, we get that part, but when he's wrestling, he doesn't win. Hobbs sucks to you
because he's a part of Team Taz, and all they do is fucking lose and make excuses.
Okay,
it's part of the gimmick.
I go further.
Brian Cage was there.
Jay Lethal shouldn't have lost that fast in AEW. Everybody else come from somewhere else and wins in AEW. Okay. I know you don't like them, but many wrestling fans love the Acclaim. Love them. I mean, to the moon. They love the Acclaim. And they're not winning. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just calling it down the middle.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. All right, for fans who never gave a damn about a person's win-loss record in professional wrestling. Why? Because it's already scripted. See, now y'all want to complain that somebody's not winning or losing? Make it make sense.
That's where I call bullshit. Get
the fuck out my face with that shit.
Point blank, because wrestling fans have always cared about wins. That's why they That's why they always bitch and complain when somebody wins and nothing happens with them. Why you haven't win all this shit? They ain't gonna win no title. Why they have this? They ain't gonna win no title. Why they have this? They ain't gonna win no title. But anyway, AEW can stay where it is. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But I want to talk about this weekend, and that is the Royal Rumble. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, just stay right there for a second. It's about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's how you're gonna hear in my household. You know, we watch wrestling together in my house. My kids will be screaming that every single time somebody comes out. Okay, and if I can make it there this Saturday, I'll be right there as well, screaming. You see that right there? So y'all gonna keep. I'm trying to get off the AEW. When you keep commenting about AEW, he's gonna go off on the.
No, you just now seeing the shit.
Oh, okay. They're 1 and 2. We just saw the list. What? Okay. Correct me then if I'm wrong. And the backstage, Ronda only has 2 losses. Okay,
12 and 2.
Checking that.
Yeah, she's 12 and 2.
Okay. Now, The Royal Rumble. Biggest winners and losers from this week, Dice. Or surprises. I'm sorry, not winners and losers. I apologize for that. But we got a lot of things, like I said, because this is the Royal Rumble. It's Saturday. Predictions on who's winning the men's and the women's Royal Rumble. Which I tell you right now. I tell you right now who's winning the women's Royal Rumble. Y'all may not like it, but it's going to happen. The greatest women's wrestler of all time, Charlotte Flair, will win the women's Royal Rumble.
Hell no.
Put your money where your mouth is. I think you're up 5 cases to 2 on the dude.
I'm about to say hell no.
Better case to do.
Hell no. I'll bet that. I'll bet that.
She will win the women's. Listen to me. Let me rephrase that. Let's not bet that because it's wrestling. Outside of Ronda Rousey showing up or Bayley showing up, which outside of Ronda, I rephrase that. Outside of Ronda, Charlotte Flair wins. Charlotte Flair wins. Listen. Well, why is she in it? Everything else she wins. Why is she in the Royal Rumble at all? Because if she wins, she gets to pick her own opponent, which would be kind of corny and stupid. Okay, I get y'all point. So what? Okay? But my surprise entries, I'm going to say Paige. I'm going to say Ronda Rousey. I'm going to say Bayley. Who you got?
I have this lovely lady right here. Give me a second. If I could be serious for a moment.
That's not her. I don't know who that is. That's Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss don't look like that no more.
Yeah, she is. No, she's going back to it. She's going back to that.
So tonight, tonight when she has her third appointment with the doctor, she's gonna be normal again because
they've already signed in new trademarks for the goddess. So,
okay,
yeah.
Well, I say I don't know that to be sure, and I'm gonna call.
No. See, the thing about trademarks is anybody can find these bitches. Anybody can find these bitches, and they can find the use for them. Right, so these people, these fans,
Ripley,
whatever.
I know that's everybody's fan favorite. They think, oh, she should get her get back because she lost to Bianca Belair. She should have lost to Bianca Belair. Okay, and I'm not saying she doesn't deserve her win because she does. I just don't, This is why I love wrestling. This is why I love the Royal Rumble, and this is why I love the women's Royal Rumble more than the men's Royal Rumble. You really don't know, right? Because I see here, Asuka could be returning. That's a very good one. Could she win it? Alexa Bliss a strong possibility. Okay. When Charlotte Flair wins, she will say with a tear in my eye, the greatest moment of my life. Okay. And I'm gonna put this in the comment below. Let us know. Matter of fact, put this on the Twitter page. Vaughn hit me with a private chat and said that Shawn Michaels' Shawn Michaels' matches alone at WrestleMania is better than Ric Flair's whole career.
Why is this even a topic of conversation?
No, I just thought I wanted to bring it up. I thought it was fair because he brought up Charlotte Flair and the tear in my eye and made me think of Rick. That's all. Shit. Just brought it up. I know we didn't write it down.
God dang you, Vaughn.
Okay, just there. Okay, but your surprise is you didn't give me nobody besides her. You said you're going to get the win. Oh, that's a surprise. It's only
Alexa and Asuka. I think the winner.
Very debatable.
Very debatable.
Somebody said Liv Morgan's winning the Rumble.
I could
if
see
Liv Morgan winning the Rumble, I'll let somebody fuck my wife live on fucking StreamYard. Straight up. That's how I know that ain't happening. Sorry, babe. I put you out there like that.
If it's not one of the surprise people that win it, I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
Because I felt like she did a job for Bianca.
Did the job. That was her job. Everybody has a job to do.
Yeah. She play your fucking part.
Well,
play your fucking part.
They all have a part.
Did Roman do the job for goddamn Seth at Mania? Play your fucking part. You'll get it back.
RKO in the history of. All right, was that the greatest RKO? Or was him on Evan Bourne the greatest?
Nah, the one on Seth is probably the greatest. That dethroned the Evan Bourne one.
I was throwing the Evan
Bourne. I don't know.
CM Punk
caught that shit. CM Punk caught that shit pretty good too, trying to do a goddamn flying elbow. Thought he was Macho Man.
Well, I know you were joking, but some people might actually think that. And he says Evan Bourne was better. So those are surprises. Who you got winning the Women's Royal Rumble, though? So you said so that is your pick.
If it's not one of the surprises,
okay.
If it's not a surprise in Asuka, Bailey, or Alexa, my winner is Rhea. But if none of those are in the final four, Rhea's my guy. Rhea's my girl.
Here's my thing, Todd. I have nothing wrong with that because what I think, one of my problems with wrestling fans in general, okay, I think wrestling fans, y'all can accept AEW shenanigans. You can accept GCW shenanigans, but you won't accept WWE shenanigans. And it doesn't get old with me with Kofi not touching the ropes or now Naomi, doing the same thing. The Miz doing it, when it's the right person doing it, it's funny. Okay? And when the Miz does it and goes underneath the ring and stuff, it's funny. It's funny. That's entertainment. It's funny. So I get it may not be for you, but certain things in a Rumble, like a legend coming out, you know what I mean? Whether it's Booker T or JBL.
It's still those moments that we pop for, period.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
But the Royal Rumble, I can't wait to talk about that a little bit more on Friday, make a little bit more clarity on today's show. Okay. Well, thank you for popping your own note on there. Okay. Get my comment up there.
I did that. I was trying to let everybody know about the Royal Rumble prediction show, but the thing had slid up, so it just hit that one.
And also to be on Thursday's show, man, for all my females out there, come on,
Charmaine, don't you get my blood pressure boiling? I thought we had a good rapport.
Come on in there now. One Tree Hill fans, the queen, the tribal queen, and I will be talking One Tree Hill. Season 1, 7-episode series on 7 seasons of One Tree Hill, and I'm going to school her and let her know that Peyton Sawyer was a dumb hoe. That's all I'm going to say. Now, with that being said, the Men's Royal Rumble. This is the toughest one, though, Dice. To me,
the toughest one.
Who wins the Male Royal Rumble? Because I ain't going to lie to you. As we sit here right now, I don't know. And since I'm like the host and you're the co-host, but I'm the host on the left-hand side because you're my right-hand side, my right-hand man? Shit, technically, I'm your right-hand man, too. Fuck. All right. You still going first. Who's winning the Royal Rumble on Saturday? No, we can't skip it. I already called you out. She says Randy Orton is Charmaine. And what the hell is a One Tree Hill? Well, Google it.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
No, that's not something I would say. Like, what the hell's a hook? Remember that line from Entourage would say, "What the fuck's a chocolate Dale? What's a chocolate Dale?" That's my line right there.
I'm trying to think.
This boy is stalling, y'all. He's stalling.
I'm trying to think who needs that push. Like, who's on the edge to get that push? And
that show with Charmaine.
Oh,
it's okay. We all have our opinions. It's fine. I just put that up already. Who hasn't put it up there twice? I did that. Probably Happy Corbin. If Corbin wins the Rumble, the executive consultant, everybody else I know who's going to that event will riot. Okay, that's what I see happen. Yeah, of course Shawn Michaels is better than Ric Flair. That's not the question I was asking. The question was who had the Shawn Michaels matches alone beat Ric Flair's career. That's where I think it is. It's debatable because we can debate anything, but I just think it's kind of hard to say that. I mean, because to me, Ric Flair, like they had them things about who should get replaced in history. You can't replace Ric Flair to me. As much as I hate him, fuck you, Hogan, I can't replace him. You know what I mean? I just can't. To be honest, and that's me. This is the unpopular show. To the unpopular opinion, you can replace Goldberg to me. Goldberg did nothing significantly to push the needle or translate pro wrestling. We may have liked him more than other people, but he didn't change the landscape. Flair, fuck you, Hogan, those guys, The Rock, Stone Cold, Taker even, changed the landscape. For Cena, they changed wrestling. Goldberg didn't. Shawn Michaels, much as I love him, DX helped that. Shawn Michaels didn't change wrestling. Ric Flair did. And Shawn Michaels is my favorite of all time. Just to say. Go ahead, Dice. You got a opinion because I'm still stalling because I don't know who I'm
Can
I say this to help you out? If when Lashley loses, he gets in the Rumble and wins. There it is. When Lashley loses, he gets in the Rumble and wins the Royal Rumble.
Well, that depends on the placement of matches, but yes, you could be
good
right.
point. Because if the Rumbles the Royal Rumble should be last.
The Rumble's usually first. It's last because we got the point to the sign.
Point the sign, right.
But it could be. It's been a couple of times where like the women went. The men went before the women did last 2 years. Yeah, the match was the Rumble was done, and then the world title was there, and then the winner comes out in points, like a stare down thing at the ramp. So that's happened before, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I was just thinking
King
about.
Vaughn says Jey Uso.
So just for fun, I decided to look up Vegas odds.
Okay, good point. Way to be a cheater. Go ahead.
For people in the Rumble. So Finn Balor's at plus 2,000.
Johnny from Jackass ain't winning. Who? Finn Balor?
Finn Balor is at a plus 2,000.
Well, of course he's at a plus 2,000. What the fuck's a Finn Balor? And that's my guy. They don't know who he is. Why should we? Okay, give me the top 5 they got.
Actually,
McIntyre. No, McIntyre's not even in the Rumble because McIntyre's hurt.
Allegedly, that
good point.
There,
allegedly,
yeah,
it's only the Rumble. Who can't come back and Claremore somebody and not be seen again?
Throw him over the fucking ropes, and there you have it. Like
it's not hard.
Yeah. So I just wanted to actually bring this up for everybody to see. So this is what we're looking at as it stands. Finn Balor at plus 2,000.
Hold on,
Kevin Owens at plus 2,000.
Okay.
Seth Rollins at plus 1,800.
Omos. What the fuck is Vegas?
Omos at 1,400.
They're trying to steal your money.
AJ at plus 1,200.
Why is Roman on this list?
I don't even know why The Rock is on here.
Is this old? What year is this?
No, this is here. No, this is this year.
Roman is not gonna. Why would Roman be in the Rumble? Oh, if he loses,
remember,
good point.
But he did say that he was going to go into the Rumble.
Into the Rumble, he did say that. He did say that.
Brock doesn't. If Brock loses, he'll go in. But
Brock's not losing to Bobby Lashley.
I don't see that.
I don't see that happening. I'm so mad by saying that, but I just don't see that happening.
But I don't think this is a one-off match between them two.
I don't think it's a one-off match either. As much as many fans think that it is, I do not. I'm with you on that one.
I would like to say Big E, Lashley, AJ Styles, or a surprise return.
Negro, I said give me a winner, not 7.
I don't goddamn. I gave you 3. I gave you 3. I gave you the last 4. I gave you a last 4 possibility.
Okay. Well, the possibility is. Oh, right. I think I'm gonna do it.
I see Austin Theory. That Vince is high on him. He's high as shit on him.
Not high enough to win no Rumble.
He's not high enough to win no Rumble.
Rumble.
He's high enough to give a Keith Lee type performance.
Let's do. He's going to let him.
He's going to let him last. He's going to let him last.
Final 4. How about that? That's a lot easier. Fuck the winner. Give me your final 4.
What the fuck do you think I just been doing? I gave you
like 4. In the ring. No, like the final 4.
Yes, I just gave you that.
Okay, my bad. Shit. All right, in that case, I'm gonna copy suit. I'm going Bobby Lashley because he's not going to beat Brock Lesnar. All right, I'm going Randy Orton. Okay, I'm going Kevin Owens. Okay, and I'm going to surprise entrance. Be your last 4. And I know those 4 I pick. I think if Bobby Lashley loses to Brock Lesnar, which I think he will, Bobby Lashley wins the Rumble and gets his get back with Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. I mean, at WrestleMania.
I believe that 100%.
That's what I think and hope should happen.
It's all about the business of hurt.
Who the fuck just put Bobby who?
Wow, you making a Brock Lesnar joke?
Yeah, because he made that joke and he thinks it's funny.
Wow.
King Vaughn Jr. 720 on the Twitter, my social media to the Ayatollahs and rock and rolls and the stars and quasars and shit. As this is the show the pros listen to. You gonna stop that?
So you mean to tell me one half of the and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm bliggity black to black, y'all, and I'm bliggity black to black to black to black, because I'm black and I'm black. You mean one half of that duo between you two is not going with the black man?
Well, that was him. I didn't say that. But you're talking about me and him. One half. Yeah, that threw me the fuck off too.
I said one half.
Okay, that threw me the fuck off. Okay. And what the hell we yucking at, Charmaine? And what was corny? You never seen CB4?
Wow, she no respect for CB4.
CB4?
Kick her out. Somebody kick her out.
I can't. She's the number 1 fan to the show, so I can't kick her out.
No.
Right?
She's your number 1 fan to any show that you watch.
Now,
Let's get into the juicy stuff.
What's going on, Nick? Yes, the juicy shit. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got this one. Let me get this. Let me get this one. I'll put something up here just for it. Hold on. Here it is. Woo!
No, whoa. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Shit. What I missed? What's on my list?
Usos.
Okay, go ahead. You leave that one. My bad. I got excited, man.
Oh, my God.
I got excited. Okay, talk about it. He said the Usos. Go ahead. Talk about the Usos.
Gee, well, now I can't do it now because I need a picture first. Gee, where's Golly Manini?
Well, hold on. I always got a picture of the Usos. Just look. Watch this. I keep a picture of the bloodline. Okay, look at that. Bam.
No.
What does that count? What about the greatest picture ever? What about that one?
That is the greatest picture. That is the greatest picture. But I'm just saying that's not
what. And while you're still looking, 25
No, I got it.
Okay, well, I want to say this now. 25 years ago today, my favorite Rumble, one of my favorite Rumbles of all time, 1999. We talked about it last week. The Rock beat the shit out of Mick Foley. I think we should watch that match on after we get off air on purpose to watch him get his ass whooped with his hands handcuffed behind his back.
Well, just
I quit.
You know what? What else happened?
Huh?
That goofy ass recording. You know what else happened? 6 years ago, my God debuted, and everybody, that man Roman in the ring said, "Who the fuck is that?"
Come on, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. You out your motherfucking mind, boy. Here we go.
That was the red wine.
Here we go.
All right, what about the Usos?
The Usos.
They're the longest reigning SmackDown champions of all time.
Of all the times.
Of all the times.
The question that we had for the show is...
The question is...
Do the number of reigns matter when we're talking about greatness? Or is it the championship longevity? What matters to you more as a fan of a champion? Does it matter how many times they held the belt? Because that means they lost it equally as amount of times. Or the longevity of them having the belt, whether it's combined days or whether it's separate title reigns.
To answer the question first, it's kind of I'm kind of both, right? And I'm gonna cheat and say that, right? As tag team wrestling is my favorite wrestling area, at least it used to be. Not how it is in WWE. WWE tag team wrestling is not my favorite anymore, but tag team wrestling overall is my favorite. Is my favorite part of one of my favorite things in wrestling. I love battle royals. Like I'm a big Royal Rumble fan, but I do think the longevity of that title matters more, right? You mentioned Flair. We can mention anybody, Cena. You insert anybody who's had the titles. Honky Tonk Man having that title, Intercontinental Championship, as long as he had it, matters more than if he lost it and got it back, right? The longevity of that title matters. The problem with the question for today's wrestling fans, and at least what the WWE is concerned, is that they have an agenda that's more open now to the public to realize it's not. That's what they want to do more, right? I guess you know what I mean. So I look at the Usos having on belts, like, well, what the fuck are they supposed to do? It's the bloodline. They're supposed to be the number one faction in wrestling. To do that, to be a horseman style faction, right? We go with the Shield. The Shield did the same thing. The Shields never lost the belts once they got them. I do think the longer you hold them, it matters more. To answer your question, Dice.
I agree. And now I'm glad that Vaughn just said that. Where are they as far as, do we think that they're going to tie or break the New Day? So are we going to get a 1A, 1B?
Well, that's what
as far as that goes. I think that's where it goes.
In the WWE's lore, they're the number one and number two tag teams of all time. Are the Usos and the New Day. Doesn't matter what we think. The company has them one.
I mean, it's modern. It's kind of modern day. Whoever you want to put as the great Harlem Heat Steiner brothers, right? Two of the best to ever. As far as tag teams go, they're two of the best.
I'm gonna go older than you. I'm gonna go British Bulldogs Heart Foundation. In the WWF days in the 80s, late 80s, that was the number two tag teams was the Heart Foundation and you British Bulldogs, and you could throw in there Demolition. Because Demolition came in there and split that duo up. Because it was Heart Foundation.
Would you put the Road Warriors in there?
No, because the Legion of Doom in WWE wasn't as big as they were over the world in NWA. That's why I won't put. And remember, to them, that's the Legion of Doom, right? So the Warriors themselves, I mean, they held belts and couldn't beat nobody. They were doing Ronda Rousey before Ronda Rousey was Legion of Doom. They were beating your ass when their theme song was still on. Okay, and that was unheard of. But even as a Legion of Doom guy, and may they both rest in peace, I would put the Midnight Express above them as a wrestling fan. That's just me. I put the British Bulldogs above them. To me, the Steiner Brothers and the British Bulldogs are my favorite 2 tag teams of all time. Okay, so and those teams, and what about the Nasty Boys? I've always hated the Nasty Boys, but for what it's worth, though, they were that 4th team to get introduced between when the Bulldogs and Hard Foundation, when Brett started going solo more, and you said the Bulldogs were on their way out. They became in there to go with Demolition, but I hated them so much.
New Day,
I wouldn't agree with that either.
New Day set the record at what, like 470 something days, 483 days.
Don't give me the lie.
This was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think like 2000.
Yeah, they broke it a while ago.
15,
I remember that because I remember them always.
Like
I remember they put the thing up about them breaking it.
So I would say that as it stands right now, right, as long as Roman has that title, they'll have their titles.
That's my point.
I think that when it's all said and done,
if they lose those belts, they're gonna get their ass beat by Roman. I'm just being.
Yeah, I think that as it stands,
See,
I
Vaughn
think
said
that
483
Bloodline
days was New Day. But that's not World Tag Team Champions, though. I'm sorry to cut you off. That wasn't World Tag Team Champions, though, Ron. That was correct. It's one or the other. It's not both. Because the Usos have
brand switch, and so they had to switch belts as well, right?
Right. They ended up handing over titles, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
When it's all said and done, I believe that Bloodline will be top 3, top 5 factions ever. They're building them pretty strong. Thoughts?
I know. Well, the thing is this: when you say that comment, you know where I put the Shield and stuff, right? Wrestling fans.
Is there anything that will make you think that they can surpass the Shield, or they have they already surpassed the Shield?
They have not surpassed the Shield because the Shield had a tag team and 3 individual heavyweight stars.
So outside of Evolution,
Jimmy and Jay will never have a world title.
Outside of Evolution, is there any other faction from WWE that every member has been a world champion? I think Evolution is probably the only one.
The Shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Outside of Evolution.
Okay.
Is there any other one?
No, they're the only ones. And that's why I put the Shield where I put the Shield. Right?
Okay.
But
they still are the greatest faction to ever have every member be a world champ in the MEM, the main event mafia, baby. Sting, Kurt Angle, Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Can You Dig It, sucker, Booker T, and Big Pop, your favorite mathematician.
I had my pinky up while drinking my wine. Okay, can we talk about the good stuff now?
Yeah, let's go. Right. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Okay.
God. Oh, Lord.
Listen, guys. I'm older than all you motherfuckers. All right? And you talking about that right there?
Yeah.
Top 10 wrestling games of all time. Listen.
The top 10! His top 10, my top 10, and then we can agree on the top 10.
All I'm going to say is this. This is going to be one hell of a show. So I'm going to start off. All right? Because I never start off. I always push it to somebody else so I can do my little reconnaissance work on the side.
Before you start.
Go ahead. That's good so I can find the picture. Go ahead.
Before you start, I want to tell you guys, me personally, how I decided to do. Well, we got about 20, 30,
I always say
30
that.
years.
We got about 30
years.
Right.
We got about 30 years of wrestling games under our belt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 34. So wrestling games was out when I was a wee baby.
A baby.
So I decided to, when I first started playing,
Will it make my list? Where?
When I played wrestling games, I decided to kind of break this down to, I wanted maybe a couple of games from the mid-90s to the early 90s, the late 90s, and then the 2000s, early and late, and now the next generation. So I kind of pulled from that because it's kind of hard to pick just 10, but these are my personal 10, and there's something about my 10 that I absolutely love. So not the it's not going to be the popular opinion. I'm going to be serious. It's not going to be the popular opinion at all. But there's something in these games and for the time that they were created that it was necessary for wrestling games. Go ahead, Mike. I figure you got your picture now.
No. Well,
what the hell are you doing then, boy?
No. I didn't hear what you said necessarily, but I'm ready. What I want to say is that because I've always said this before when it comes to list, should have some kind of criteria. Okay.
Yeah.
And for me, the criteria was the fun I had, the memories I had, and the gameplay. And at the end of the day, today I tweeted this question out. Hopefully, around the blocks, retweeted it, and it said, what's some of your favorite wrestling games of all time? And I got some feedback from people, and the one guy said, well, because Nico tweeted out, hopefully to be 2K22. And the guy said, well, I doubt that because 2K can't even get their basketball games right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is like, okay, well, you have a point. So to me, it's about graphics. A whole lot of things come in place, but most importantly for me, it's that I have fun playing it. The memories I had fun playing it. Where it stood in my wrestling love for wrestling was it to what I wanted, right? As I play Madden and 2K and whatever games you play, whether you play shooters, the more realistic they get, the more you like them if they're actually playable games. And so for me, at number 10, 1986
was a good year.
Pro wrestling. This game right here with my man Starman, it was just German suplex after German suplex.
Starman was a fucking, he was a cheat code, man. He was after a fucking German cheat suplex. Code.
After German suplex. So number 10 for me is, and you can write your list down because I'm going to write yours and mine, is Pro Wrestling 1986 Nintendo's right there. That's my number 10, Dice.
All right, so my number 10, I'm not starting that far back. God damn it, that's a little.
Well, I'm older than you son of a bitch.
You are. You got about 80 years.
I had that, nigga. I had a fucking ColecoVision and an Atari. You know what I'm saying? When your first game was fucking Pong. Bing, bing, bing. Like, come on.
Okay, so my first one.
Somebody put Dice is gonna have WCW, man. He better not have that on his fucking list. Go ahead.
Maybe. You know what? It wouldn't be a bad look only for the time that it was. My first one is going to be, and I don't have the actual system because I hated the system, but this is the cover art for it.
Oh, you some bitch! Come on, man. I hate your fucking guts. Hold on, I got pictures from that game though. Go ahead. I got pictures from that game. That's my number 9.
No,
that's my number 9. So I hope that's.
God damn it, Dice! I fucked up. That's not even supposed to be there. That's not even supposed to be there.
That's my picture. Maybe it was the one I put there. Maybe you think about that.
I think that's the one. I think that's the one I sent you last night. But that wasn't supposed to be there. That wasn't supposed to be there. I fucked up the church's money. That's my bad.
Well, pass the collection plate.
Yeah. That wasn't supposed to be there. It's actually where the hell is my damn image? It's actually a WrestleMania, the arcade game.
Which one? Hold on, I think I got that.
I thought I gave it to you, but I can't find it now.
That's not this one. Is that this one?
Yes, there you go. WrestleMania, the arcade game. That was my introduction.
You got it that low?
Yeah, because that was my introduction to falling in love with pro wrestling. That was I want to say like 92, 93. Yeah. Okay. So that was around the time when I started seeing WWF on Saturday mornings with Superstars. And I remember the red, white, and blue ropes. And I remember seeing that in Toys R Us. And I begged my mom to get me this shit. And when I got it, at first I was fucking disappointed. Like, Undertaker is throwing actual tombstones at people.
That's
Doink is shocking motherfuckers. Like, I really hated it at first. But then when I went to the arcade and I actually played it, I was like, this is really fucking
it was the
fun.
shit.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And I was wrong.
That for me, that is my number 10 because that was my introduction. That was my introduction to pro wrestling games.
It's my number 9, Dice, because as you said, for me, I loved it because no game at that time had the guys and girls we were, well, not girls, but the guys we were seeing on TV at that time. And I thought it was, remember, at that time, games wasn't like they are today where they got to be realistic, right? Games were still about having fun. So I thought it was something weird about Shawn Michaels throwing out hearts, Razor throwing out razor blades, right? Like you said, Taker throwing out tombstones, right? And if you look at the picture that I have there, Doink the Clown with the clown from like the Joker shaking his hand, electrocuting him. I love this game. This game was so much fun. People talk about Turtles and the arcade games back in the day and spend a lot of money. At this time, Mortal Kombat had started to come out at this time. And I've never been a fighting game person. You know that. Y'all whip my ass in fighting games all the time. But I still play them, right? If you want to fight a fighting game, I bring my kids in the house.
Steve and Willie, that In Your House was actually the sequel to WrestleMania, the arcade game.
Yeah, WrestleMania Arcade was the first official WWE wrestling game. And it was actually in the arcade. And you would go to arcade. And I remember when I first moved to Delaware, up in Newark, it's a Vince's batting cages had this in there. And I would just go across the street. I lived in Chestnut Crossing at the time. I would go across the street, Dice, and just spend hours just sitting in there playing this video game. That's my number 9. Go ahead with your number 9.
Okay, my number 9, and this is probably going to be something that a lot of people not even seen or went over their heads or didn't have the system, but there's a specific reason why this game is at number 9, simply for the times and what it could do with a system, well, on a system, and that is Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast.
Hey, I had it. I had every system.
If you don't know about this crucial little gem right here, Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast was the first and only wrestling game, you could have 9 people in the ring on screen at the same time.
You've been talking about this goddamn game for since I've known you.
It's the only, but it was so freaking good, but it was so bad. It came
out in 95 was arcade, WrestleMania Arcade.
It was so freaking bad, but it was so good because it was ultimate chaos in that. But the fact that you had to have all those people in the ring at the same time made it more excitement. Now we just get 6 people, and that's we have too much technology and so much power in these systems. You can't match what Dreamcast did back in 99 for the 99 and the 2000
and the 99. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, and we did not discuss this. I tried to break this down before he came on air. He wanted to have his own special 10, so I gave him his own special 10. My number 8 is WWF Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast. I do have that here on my list because there's 2 Royal Rumble games. Okay, so I was misinformed at number 9. And you're right. I got my Dreamcast. I never forget, my wife was just like, this was the first game where my wife was like, go play the game. Don't go out. You know what I mean? And Dreamcast, if anybody remembers, I love playing Madden. You would have your memory card you could stick inside and you could do your plays from there. So when you played with somebody, yep. I hate playing Madden with anybody sitting next to me because I thought they were looking at my plays. So we just had that rule, like I pick my play, turn your head. You can't really do that. It's unfortunately you're gonna look at the screen, right? But on here with the Dreamcast, you can look down, and that Dreamcast came out. It's the first game Dreamcast had. I loved it as well. I'm gonna jump you here, Dice.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. That was my 8. So what's your 8?
My 8,
yeah, that's my 8.
Hold on, I thought I put it in the thingy, and I did not.
Cause I got mine. Like I said, I've been ready for this all day, son.
Why do I keep sending? Okay, I'm really bad.
I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing, Skip? I keep
messing. Okay, there we go. My number. We said 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My number 8 is a cult classic, but not really, because most people are going to deem this as really bad. And you know what? It's okay.
It's yours. You better not say backyard wrestling.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not going that far.
And Def Jam Vendetta doesn't count as a wrestling game, people.
That's not a thing.
For all you people put that on your list, you're stupid.
That's well, let's not
it's not a wrestling game. It's not a wrestling game. I didn't say you're dumb. The difference between being dumb and stupid. Dumb is not knowing. Stupid is knowing and not doing. So therefore, ergo, you're stupid because it's not a wrestling game. Go ahead.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
What does what mean?
What did you just? Okay.
Dumb is not dumb.
So look at you. Say it again. Yeah.
No, dumb is not knowing. Stupid is knowing and not doing. Right? It's stupid to go rob somebody. But dumb is not knowing, not you or I. But if someone doesn't know what 6 times 6 is, you're not, you get, you know, it's a difference. Go ahead, man.
Okay. Well, apparently my shit just doesn't want to show up on my file. This is very unprofessional. Jump me.
Number 7 for me, for the mic man. I don't even sound right. The mic man. For number 7 for me is the other Royal Rumble WWE game. And I hate fuck you Hogan's on the cover, but I couldn't help it. Genesis, what I said earlier, I said I had every system except for a Dreamcast. I did not have a Genesis. My cousin had a Genesis, so we lived in the same house. So to me, I felt I had a Genesis, right? But technically, it wasn't mine. It was his. Listen, man, this game was just fun. You know what I mean? I remember sitting back with my cousins. This is a game that at the time, which you look back now, you go, parents just don't understand. Oh, that looks so real.
I didn't want to put 2 of them with the same name and
concept. 2 different games.
But that was
They're 2 different games, but that's my number 7. Go ahead with your 8 and 7.
All right. So number 8, Tna Impact. Yes.
That game was ass.
The game was ass, but this coming out, when it came out compared to the SmackDown versus Raw that year, graphic wise, blew it out of the fucking water. And it came from a Midway. It was a Midway game.
Best thing about this game I remember was fucking Suicide.
No, that shit was ass.
Was the Suicide in this game, or am I on the wrong game?
You had the fucking you had the storyline of somebody you got jumped in the back by like Homicide and Hernandez or something like that, and then you went to the hospital and you came back in Suicide to face Jeff Jarrett, who was like the main villain, of course, like King of the Mountain. This is his company, like what the fuck. But I mean, I thought that the funnest thing about this was the X Division match, because we never saw anything like it, especially in a video game. Still hasn't been done in any video game. For that reason alone, just for what it was at that point in time, it provided us something as wrestling fans that we've never seen in a game before. And for that, it deserves its kudos for that. And that's why it's on my list. Now, my number 7, this beautiful gem here.
Oh, this is a gem. He just said TNA, but go ahead.
This beautiful gem here was one of the first second games, where you could put your own music with your guy. WWE Raw 2. And look at my guy on there. Big Papa Bump. Scotty. God damn, boys. God damn. Listen, this game here was extremely fun for me as a teenager, just getting into Xbox, because I wasn't an Xbox guy.
Wasn't the first game you could also put your own music in?
Raw, yes, that's why I said second. I said the second. I switched this the second game.
Okay.
But these are the only 2 games, I believe, that you could put your music on, your own music as entrance musics. And I just thought, one, that is one of the greatest things that you ever want to do when you create your own wrestler and you go to your guy's house and you're like, yeah, but look at my guy, like look at my wrestler, look at his music, check this song out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you go to his house and he ain't got your song. So now you got to bring a burnt CD over there just to download that song, to put it in to make that interest just right. Because we all know when we play these games when it got creative wrestlers, the hype of it is seeing the entrance, is seeing the creative.
That's why ability. I blow the budget.
Like that is one of the favorite and most desirable things when we have these games where we can create wrestlers now. So that is my number 7.
Well, as I said, I blow the budget. For those who don't know, when it comes to my creative wrestlers, he'll tell you I got pyro at the beginning, at the end, in the middle, in the ring, all of it. Okay, and multiple pyros. But here, my number 6, Retromania. I love this game. It reminded me of the pro wrestling from the Nintendo days. It had the legends that I don't get to see, or I had to go create on WWE gaming. It just took me back to just being a kid. And sometimes I think with the way that the new gens are going and how we play video games today, that we actually forget about having fun in video games. And this game, I just have fun playing. Honorable mention, I would mention to WWE, and not just on my list, I don't do this often. I hate when executive consultant does it. I would have an honorable mention would be WWE Legends. I know a lot of people hated that game, but I love that game because I got to see guys and do things different than I did from the typical SmackDown versus Raw kind of, WWE SmackDown 2K games at that time. But honorable mention, but this right here, Dice, I don't know if you played it, get a chance to play. It's actually right now in Xbox Store for $9.99. It's a really, really good game. I love that game, Dice. That's my number 6, Fire Pro Wrestling.
I just thought you said that was an honorable mention.
No, I said honorable mention was WWE Legends.
Oh.
Was an honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Priceless, man? Fuck that.
All right. So since you did that, I'm gonna do my honorable mention right in the middle as well. And this game is probably one of the best games that I've played that not a lot of people know about or not a lot of people paid attention to. Mm-hmm. But it came from pretty much nothing. It came out of the blue.
And a lot of backyard wrestling. It better not be that one that had the damn the Insane Clown Posse on it.
Oh hell no. Okay. No. This is a cult classic right here. If
okay.
you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Showdown Legends of Wrestling.
That you know what? That game was not bad.
Showdown Legends of Wrestling. For all the fans that wanted to know what happened to this person, what happened to that person. I wish this person was in this game. I wish that person was in this game. This was it for you. Mm-hmm. This was it for you. You got to do your dream matches in Showdown Legends of Wrestling. That alone for me as a fan, these are some of my favorite legends on this cover.
They are,
and I got to play as all of them. Plus, I got to play as my favorite rendition of the Steiner brothers and the Dog-Faced Gremlin. And
that's only when it matters. That's only when it matters. But see, my favorite of the Steiner brothers is the original Steiner brothers before he became Big Papa Pump. That's my favorite. When we did a Hurricane run and go, yeah. That was my guy, yo. I used to love that. But yo, shout out to my man Dennis, right? Because another honorable mention, Saturday Night Slam does matter. That was a very good game, just not on our list. At least not so far on mine anyway. Actually, right now it's not on mine. I'm not sure if it's on Dice's. He's pulling out some gems that I didn't even think he could pull that game out. Like, we need to go see if that game's available so we can play that game this week. Number 5 for me, right here. WWE 13. Okay. At this point, I ain't gonna lie, maybe because I put myself on the cover, right? This was at the time, this is Xbox One. Was out. I just love the game. It's just the graphics. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, my memory ain't all that good in my old age. Is this the one? I know I'm wrong. I'm not going to say it because that's the one you said the table was on fire with. Is it? I
think that's the beginning of it.
Yeah, you could 12
or 13.
You could stack the tables and set them on fire. Oh, this game was everything for me, man. Because this is the one. Yeah, this is with the Miami. This is 2000. My son was born. This is where's my plaque from WrestleMania? What's this? 03? When the Rock? Yeah, 2012. Right? Because the years always before it. So yeah, 2012. Right? that game was everything to me, Dice. That game was, I played it and played it and played it. Some of them games where, and you know this, you've been around me for a lot of years, is how often can you say a mirror actually walks here and tells me what the fuck am I doing? This is one of them games. She was like, babe, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? And I'm still playing this game over and over and over. It's, to me, the creations at this time was starting to take off, making your wrestler was better at this point, and I love this game to death. So my number 5 is right there. I'm telling you right now, my top 4 is the shit. Go ahead with your number 5.
Number 5. I just missed where I just saved it. Lord have mercy.
You might want to see if I got it up there already. I put a lot of stuff you shared me from last night up here. Like honorable mentions, right? I don't think you got this on there. Well, shit, that is on there somewhere. I didn't mean to put that. Go ahead.
Hold on. I
don't think this is anybody's list. Oh, there it is. See?
Saturday night. Really?
Listen, honorable mention. This game was dope as fuck.
It was. I completely forgot about it.
What you know about this?
Oh, Lord.
Look at that. Bam Bam and fucking Ted DiBiase. That game was classic.
Number 5. We're at number 5. All right. Number 5. Need I say more? Need I explain?
Well, can you just get fucking Hogan off?
Need I explain about this game? If you had an N64, you know the vibes. And I put this here in not World Tour because most people didn't pay attention to World Tour. Unless you were a hardcore wrestling fan.
You made fun of me for liking World Tour not so long ago.
But you're a wrestling fan. So as a wrestling fan, yes, you were going to enjoy it. But those guys, the mainstream ones that were kind of, they knew what wrestling was, but they didn't pay attention to it. When you looked at this game, you knew what it was about.
It was about to get on.
You knew it was about to go down. So for me, I definitely got to put that in there because it's one of the most enjoyable games that
N64 to me was about 2 games. This one and Smash.
Smash was good. Madden 64 was not to be slept on. Listen, I used to put the cheat code in my own season where you had infinite sidelines and you run to one, you run to the right side, the whole defense is on you. You run to the right side and you end up on the left side. Touchdown every time, boy. Every time, man. Every time, man.
See, I'm mad you put that as low as you have it at your number 5, but that's your number 5. For me, my number 4, make sure I got this graphic. I think I have it. Here Comes the Pain. I believe this was the first rendition of SmackDown coming over at that point at this genre.
It's the second one from PlayStation 2. The first one from PlayStation 2 was Just Bring It.
Just Bring It. Okay. Just Bring It was dope. I think we talked about that before. That was when you went to the subways and stuff.
Yep.
Right. I thought like, but this one let you go backstage. And everything started taking place. And I just remember having fun. And again, I'm not a PlayStation guy. That's a lie. I hate saying shit like that. It makes
I was
in a box. I'm a gamer.
Guy. I was a PlayStation guy until
I have them all.
I was late to the Xbox party. I will admit that. I was late to the Xbox party. But
day 2 for Xbox for me as well. I didn't buy it when it first came out either. I didn't believe it was all that hype until I played it.
I was about a year and a half.
6 months. It came out in November. I got mine. November, December. No, 3 months. I got mine in February. I remember telling you that story. November, Xbox came out. I'm outside of Walmart and what's that when Delaware crosses over to Maryland? What's that one part? What's it called? Elton, Maryland? Walmart parking lot. Like, yo, what's up? What's up, yo? I get extra $100 right now. What's up? Look at your Xbox. Look at your Xbox. Nah, nobody was buying that shit. I was trying my best to get somebody's Xbox. It did not happen. Listen, Here Comes the Pain, man. This game, Dice, this game just had so fucking much. And I got some no, that's the wrong game. This game. Here to get it again. Look at Goldberg was on that joint. Mysterio was on that joint. Like, this game had it all. Not SmackDown versus Raw 06. It might be up there somewhere. It's in there. I guess it's another honorable mention. This is my favorite list. You got your list, but this game here also delivered, Dice. SmackDown, know your role. Look at this. Remember you did the 3D on the chicks?
Oh, man, listen. They had the ball tennis matches.
Yeah. The bra and panty match was in this game. You're number 4, Dice. I got here comes the payment. My number 4.
Before I hit my number 4,
yeah,
my honorable mention.
You got to. I've given too many of them.
My honorable mention, and this was because we were talking about Xbox. This is the reason why I bought an Xbox, and I'm so ashamed of it.
Okay, tell me why it's an honorable mention. Other than me meeting my friends for the first time and like, oh, you're a wrestling fan? And I've told you that story, right? My man Mike was like, we were playing the game, and he was like, I don't know how we got to talk about wrestling. I was like, yeah. I said, well, if you're a wrestling fan, you know me. I got all the belts. So no offense to anybody out there calling themselves belt kings and having their titles and all that other kind of stuff. I'm the motherfucking OG of this shit. All right? Playing that game, Dice, I told you the story. My man was like, you was in Philly? Yo, what's your email? Because back then, you didn't have text messages all that much like that. What's your email? You know what I'm saying? He emailed me. He had pictures of me the whole entire night with my belts from SmackDown. Look at the opening monologue to the song. I'm in there with Cena comes up to the end. That night, that game, but that game was ass. And I played it so long, so much. It was so bad. But you could put your music on there.
You could put your music on there.
I thought that was before the one you picked. I thought that came out first.
This was like the third WWE
that was the third
game.
One for Xbox?
That was the third WWE game. What year was 21? 04, 05?
04.
Are you sure? I think that was like 06 or
Vaughn?
05, 06.
03. I think it was 04 or 05.
Yeah,
Nowhere between
it wasn't that soon.
05.
It wasn't that soon. I don't think.
When did the Spinner Belt come out? Because that's the year that game came out.
That's 04.
04, 05. That's when that was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
How about this? Hey, Google, what year was WrestleMania 21? Bitch, I asked you a question.
Here's what I understood from the website fandom.com. It was presented by Snickers and took place on April 3rd, 2005.
2005.
Okay, yep. But yeah, so but that was my honorable mention. We had 4. Okay, so this one is one of the most underrated, but it was so good because it definitely was the only thing that kept GameCube enjoyable.
Yeah, it was. Day of Reckoning. Hold on, that's on your list?
Day of Reckoning is on my list.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about that game because that game came after the ones that are better than it. But it did. You were disappointed.
This was like
that came after No Mercy.
Yeah, this was like shit. I don't even know.
I don't know the year, but I'm just saying. But it was not better than its predecessors. Is what I'm saying. But it did keep you going. That was like the last game I had on GameCube. I think last wrestling game I had.
I think it was 05. It was 05. Yep, it was 2005.
Day of Reckoning, DC.
It was one of the only games. It was one of the only games to where you could interrupt somebody doing a move and cause damage to both people,
or when somebody was walking out.
Yeah, and it actually looked really good. It was one of the best graphical games on GameCube at the time, and I wasn't a GameCube fan at all. I thought the best looking game that was on GameCube was like Resident Evil 4, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But as far as realistic graphic goes in that period of time, it deserves that respect. And I actually had a lot of fun. I used to go to Bad's house because I didn't have a GameCube, but Bad had a GameCube. He swore by a fucking GameCube. And I was like, I'm never spending my money on this. I'll come to your house and play it. So I used to just buy the games and go to his house and play them shits. And we used to have a ton of fun. So that deserves it from me.
My issue is that I made a boo-boo. Anybody know me know I make boo-boos. But at my number 4, I had WCW versus the World. I know you make fun of me all the time. It's my list. Corny things are what we are about wrestling fans. We're a little corny. What's my man Hibishu or whatever that had all the tag teams over? That he was in that game. And I just thought the gameplay was underrated for this game. I thought it was so good, right? And the fact that it wasn't a WWE game, right? You didn't have creative wrestlers at this time. But for me, my number 4, and I ain't gonna lie, this is what I do. It's my show. You don't like it, listen anyway. All right. Number 4 for me was this and WCW's Revenge. These are my two favorite. That number 4 together, they go together for me. WCW Revenge and WCW versus the World at my number 4. Who you got? That's your number 4.
My number 4. Oh man, It's since you put that terrible game up.
That's not. You put up WrestleMania 21, dog. Please give me.
I did, and I have another one.
Okay,
to match
I'm quite sure
that
WCW versus the World get the better pop than WrestleMania 21.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're probably right because most people don't know about it.
That game was trash, DC.
Entrances were great. That's the reason why I even got it. Like, I mean, I remember I went to Sears. I paid like $40 for it. I thought it was everything, and it was nothing. It was nothing.
You paid for it.
I did pay for it. It was like one of my first checks. It was one of my first checks when I was on my own. But we at what number am I at? 4?
We're at 4, but my 4 became 4 and 3, so I'm going straight to 2 and 1 for my next 2.
Oh
so.
Shit! Well, I'm going
double down. Double mint gum. Come on. Ill.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you made fun of mine. You made fun of mine.
After you put WCW versus the World up there, this had to go up here just
this
for
might have been the worst THQ game ever made.
No. But that had to go up there for acknowledgement. That had to go up there for acknowledgement. Acknowledgement only. That had to go up there for acknowledgement.
Okay,
but
it was thunder.
I'm going with this, Jim.
Fuck you.
I'm going with that, Jim.
Fuck you.
I'm going with that, Jim.
Fuck you. At number 4 or 3?
This is my 4.
At number 3. That's your 3 because 4 was the Thunder. That's your 3.
No, that Thunder was another honorable mention. That's 4. That's 4 for me. That's because you put your horrible game up, and I was like, yeah, I need to put mine up. But no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to Thunder. I couldn't do that to the fans of wrestling games. But here you go.
At what number? 3?
4. I think it's the greatest N64 game as far as wrestling goes of all time.
Okay. Just to move through the show, as we are pressed for time, my number 2 and my number 1 are as follows. Number 2 wrestling game of all time, WCW No Mercy. A lot of fans put it number 1, and I say just like anything else, you're only as good as your first. They were the predecessor to the number 1 game of all time, WrestleMania 2000. And listen to me, guys. I'm a hustler. All right, I'm in the streets. Okay, this game next to along with like a fight. What's that? Fight night, right? The boxing joint, right? Kept me out the streets. I would go play this game and just forget I had to go make drop-offs. You know what I'm saying? I would just forget. And if you didn't have this game, you couldn't have this game. And to me, they went hand in hand. This game made me stop playing PlayStation. Was WrestleMania 2000. I go to my friends' house, and they're a little different than me. I've always had a collective of good, friends, different eclectic, different, shades, color, races, backgrounds of friends. But my cool ass white boys was always playing Nintendo, and I didn't have a Nintendo at the time. You know what I mean? I'm too good for that. That's a kid's game. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have PlayStation. I'm gonna have game. I didn't have a setting, but Genesis and things like that. This game came out. I lost my marbles. I lost the box footage of how Jericho looked, how these guys look. This game, I spent hours and hours and hours and hours. And then I was so excited for No Mercy. But to me, as good as No Mercy was, it just wasn't better than WrestleMania 2000. That's my number 1 and my number 2. So just run it back down for you from myself. I got WrestleMania 2000 at number 1. I got No Mercy at number 2. I got a tie at 4 and 3. So they go hand in hand between WCW versus the World and WCW Revenge. Okay, I got Here Comes the Pain. I got WrestleMania 13. I got Fire Pro Wrestling. I got WWE Arcade Royal Rumble first. Then I got the other Royal Rumble second. I got WrestleMania the arcade game at number 9. And number 10, the original pro wrestling game with Starman. German suplex, German suplex, German suplex. Greatest game of all time. Why? Because before there was Suplex City, there was Starman City. That's why. Okay.
All right. So I'm not gonna ramble on too much. But number 3 SmackDown versus Raw, the original.
Love that fucking game.
The original.
Love that fucking game.
THQ changed up the engine. They changed up the engine, went a completely different route. I remember seeing Batista and John Cena at that beginning segment, and I thought, oh my God, this is so real. And it looked horrible now when I look at it. It looks so bad when I look at it. But I looked at it then and was like, this is amazing. And I just had to have it. I remember going out to WWE to GameStop and was like, yo, I need that right now. Like that was the first game that I actually pre-ordered. I wasn't into pre-ordering shit. I wasn't into pre-ordering a damn thing. But for sure, I was going out and pre-ordering a goddamn.
I told you, I didn't pre-order shit till I realized I couldn't get an Xbox the day it came out, and I couldn't get one. And I'm in a parking lot like a damn crackhead, like Pookie from New Jack, trying to get a damn Xbox. But
Number two, I'm going to go with something that everybody is still playing right now, and that is WWE 2K19.
You know why I don't like that game.
You
know why I don't like that game. You know why I don't like that game.
game.
That game stole all my shit. Fuck WWE 2K19. All my wrestlers were going. For 3 straight years, 2K stole my profiles and all my damn shit, man. Fuck that game, man.
I absolutely love this game. We still play it to this
You
day.
play that shit. They took my wrestlers. Fuck you. Fuck that game. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how much hours you spend making a wrestler. Okay? And they took all my shit. Fuck that game. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm upset.
Wow. Okay. You kind of threw me off a little bit.
Sorry.
But in my final game that
I mention WrestleFest.
WrestleFest?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes, WrestleFest was the shit. The arcade.
The final game for me that is my favorite, my personal favorite, that could be replaced with any of my top 5. WWE 12.
That game was fucking fire.
WWE 12 was slept on by so many people. And I think this, if I'm not mistaken, it was the first iteration of THQ to WWE games, in which this time they were still using like this is like the last
you mean for next gen though, because THQ was doing right.
Well, no, this was like I think this was their last one before they had switched over to. No, this is the first one, and then they switched over to another engine for 13, and then they switched over to 2K for WWE.
Right, but I'm talking about but THQ had the other games though, the No Mercy, and all that stuff. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
So that for me, I loved it. We didn't get to see The Rock as a playable character for a while. And I thought that them putting that as a pre-order thing, I thought that was pretty cool. And then I just want to do one honorable mention because we didn't get to see The Rock as a playable character for. We didn't put it up there, or we didn't even mention it. And I think that it deserves just a little bit, not a little bit, not a whole bunch of acknowledgement, but for that year, I think it was probably really good, and that is SmackDown versus Raw 2008 featuring ECW.
Mm-hmm.
I love
that. That's the one that brought in the tables and the fire.
I thought it was really great. I thought it was great, minus the ECW shit. It was good. We got Bobby Lashley. Lashley was a cool character to play as. And this is when we really got mainstream John Cena in a video game. And I loved it. So, I mean, I love this fucking show. This shit, talking about this shit, I could do this shit all fucking day. So, just to give you my rundown, one, I got that. 2, 3, 4. Honorable mention has to be in a discussion.
I'm sorry. You know I like that game because my girl's on the cover. My girl's on the cover. Skill.
4, 5. And I had to put it on there. We agreed on the Royal Rumble. Well, I agreed on this one. And I didn't say it, but this was on my list as well. It was at number 4. I think it's actually the greatest SmackDown of that series of between.
How Vaughn gonna tweet out that I said Charlotte Flair would win the Royal Rumble? I did say I was just joking. now it's out in the ink in the world, in the internet. Now I gotta keep that going alive. That's wrong, man.
You said well, you know what? I just want to put you on notice that you said we weren't going to go to 8 o'clock. We might as well.
We're getting off right now. It's 7:55.
We still got another segment.
No, we don't. What segment left?
The Raw preview.
Fuck Raw. We watch it tonight. We're talking about it on Thursday. We the fuck out of here. Listen, do me a favor, guys. I love you all. I love this man next to me to my right hand, man. Oos. All right. I told you I had some damn pork chops today. I ain't ate pork in years.
Your stomach bubbling. Your stomach sound like 2 boots in the dryer.
I just want to make sure you don't hit no bumps in the ground while I'm live on air. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. Listen, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of everything that we do and that we love. All sincerity aside, all jokes aside, it's nothing but comedy. It's nothing but entertainment. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. But when you're in the barbershop where barbershop talk meets radio, we tend to keep things a little different than what most people do. So if you don't know, I'm going to let you know one thing.
Is it the barbershop? Is it the barbershop? I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. That's all right. Ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
And we talked about Leo Rush. Dennis, go back and rewind the show, brother. Opened up with that shit. Well, I didn't open up with it, but it was in there. Right? It was in there. And I see Vaughn something, man. Oh, well, thank you. Listen, guys, we're going to get up out of here. Listen, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. Oh, I can't wait to go to Dallas and have my Eagles jersey on in Dallas. I can't wait. And don't love God. That's crazy, y'all. We out of here.
We're the ones.
We're the ones. Fingers.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's going to pay. But the $1 million man always gets his way.
Yeah, it's like the illest posse cut right here, man. Sean Watts on the track. Zeus, Don One, Rude Boy, Quill, The Gift, and yours truly, Fred Nuts. I'm 1 in a million with $1 million flow. Fred DiBiase got the power in it though. If it's a problem, let me know, or I suggest you let it go. Cause it ain't worth the problems that be knocking at your door, homie. Please don't make me hurt you. Disrespect the boss, ain't treated like